in an effort to get ERA passed, ratified by the required 38 states. She campaigned tirelessly, and in 1977 chaired the National Women's Conference in Houston, Texas. I was there again as her press secretary. First ladies were there, Lady Bird Johnson, Betty Ford, Rosalind Carter, along with Betty Friedan, Gloria Steinem, Billie Jean King, Coretta Scott King. It was an extraordinary event, never repeated again, really like the Seneca Falls conferences in its innovative organizing and its extraordinary array of diverse women, black and white, gay and straight, urban and rural, Native Americans and non-Native Americans, immigrants, an amazing consensus group of women representing themselves, their mothers, their daughters, their sisters, and even the reluctant women who do not understand or appreciate the struggle, trying to create a better world for women in the future. Later that year, Bella tried organizing one more political race. There would actually be two smaller races later. She lost a couple of comeback races for Congress, but she did run an exciting race for mayor of New York. One of the best remembered and most fractious and extraordinary races in the history of New York. She did not win that, but her loss for the world in a way, because Bella, her fame and her celebrity undiminished, moved to an international phase and created the Women's Environmental and Defense Organization, a non-governmental organization in the UN, and worked in Africa, in Asia, globally, to invest in women entrepreneurship, climate protection, really at the vanguard of issues that we now take for granted today, even though the fight continues. She went to Beijing for the Global Women's Conference. Hillary Clinton remembered her there well. In fact, I remember that when Bella died, Hillary, as First Lady, appeared at a Washington memorial for Bella wearing a hat, one of the great signs of respect that any political leader could communicate in that very difficult time. Bella also wrote an extraordinary book called Gender Gap, which reminded women of their power in deciding elections if they turned out, if they stayed true to the cause. Rather influential book in political science and women's studies, still taught today. And she raised that amazing voice, that clarion, that loud, brassy, but brilliant voice for as long trademark hat, although Bella always said it's what's under the hat that counts. Inspiring a new generation. I worry, speaking of the new generation, that her legacy is a bit in jeopardy. She should not be forgotten. And it should be remembered she did it all. She fought against McCarthyism as a lawyer for people who faced the blacklist in the 50s. She fought for civil rights in the 50s and 60s, was the appeals lawyer in one of the most famous case in which an African-American man accused of rape that he clearly did not commit was electrocuted after several appeals. She was a founder of the anti-nuclear testing movement, and of course will always hold a leading and secure place in the women's rights